So today we're going to take the three forms of the equations we've been working with, slope-intercept, point-slope, and standard that we talked about yesterday, and we're going to put them all together today. Okay, and we're going to look for some key features. This is going to help you on your quiz tomorrow. So in the table, how would you create a graph of this equation? Okay, so if I gave you y equals mx plus b, how are we going to make a graph? Where do we start? If we're going to make a graph, we're going to graph the, are we starting at the m or the b? Graph the b. And then from the b, we're going to count our rise over run to get the next point, right? So for point slope, it's pretty much the same, right? We're going to graph our x1, y1 coordinate. What do you have to remember when you pull those coordinates out? Yeah, you got to change that sign, right? So if it's negative in the equation, it's really a positive. And then you're going to count your rise over run to get your next point. So for standard form, we need to use the cover-up method to get the x-intercept. What's another word for x-intercept from yesterday?
0.
Very nice, 0. And the y-intercept. That's what we're going to start with first, and then we are going to graph those. Graph your intercepts. Draw your line. So we're going to look at doing all of this today. Apply our knowledge of linear equations. We're going to answer these questions. We're going to create a graph, and we're going to answer any questions in the order so we can choose the order that makes the most sense, right? We don't have to do slope first. We don't have to do y-intercept first or the 0. It just depends on what they give us. So my first question to you is, do you want to start with the graph or do you want to start with one of the questions here? Okay, and this is actually in slope-intercept form, so make sure you're comfortable with that name. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with slope, y-intercept, or 0? Or if that 18, 1.5 is on the line?
0.
The 0? You want to start with the 0? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the 0? How do we do that? Remember, that's your value when y is 0. Maybe not that one?
No.
All right, what about the y-intercept?
How about we graph it first?
Can we graph it first? How do we graph it?
You use the y-intercept.
Okay, we're going to use our y-intercept. So what was their y-intercept? Oh, so can I just write this in the box? 0, -3. Okay, and here's my dot. Let's put a nice little dot there. And then what do we do? What did we say? We've graphed the dot. And then why are we going up 1 and over 4? Because that's our slope. Rise over run. Now, remember, we're going to count bubbles, right? Rise 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could actually keep that pattern going. Rise 1, run 4. Rise 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 if I wanted. So you could use that to find your x-intercept if you wanted. What would you guesstimate that x-intercept to be? About what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 12? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. How are we going to figure out 18, 1.5? How do you tell if that's on the line? Can we plug that in for a true-false statement?
Yeah.
So my y is 1.5 equals 1/4 times what? 18 minus 3. Use your yellow calculator on that. So we got true, so yes, this is on the line. So the only thing that's left is the x-intercept. So we're going to go to Desmos for this. After using Desmos, we did confirm that yes, 12, 0 is our 0 or our x-intercept. Where do you want to start on number 2? First of all, what kind of equation is that? Is that point slope? All right, we have a point and a slope. So what do we want to do? Do you want to find, can you see the slope already? What is it? -5 or -5 over 1. So this graph is going to go which direction? Down. Can we see what the y-intercept or the 0 or if -422 is on the line? Can we do any of those? Not yet. What would we need to do? We're going to have to solve it. How are we going to do that? We're going to distribute. I'm going to write it. I'll just write it over here in this box. So when we distribute, we get y plus 10 equals what? -5x plus 20. And then
you have to do
minus the 10 on the 20. So we get y equals -5x plus 10. So which of those is important? The 10, right? That's our B. Can we find our 0, our x-intercept?
Yeah.
We can. What do you want to do? Could we graph it and see if we can find it that way? Where are we going to start to graph it? We're going to start at the 10. So if I start way up here, and then what was my slope? -5. And it's counting by 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. And I can keep that pattern going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Oh, what is it?
2.
+2. So you can always find your x-intercepts when you're graphing. 2, 0, excuse me. It's not always a pretty number. Sometimes if it's a fraction, we have to do something else. We can use the cover-up method. Will -422 fall on the line? Now, when you plug this in, you can either use the original. I would suggest you use the original because maybe we didn't convert this one correctly. Okay? I will always suggest to you to use the original. So, and then we'll use our yellow calculator. 22 plus 10 equals -5 parentheses -4 minus 4. See what we get. So when we did this, we got false. So is this going to be on our coordinate? No. Oh, standard form. We might get some decimals. That's okay. We can make them fractions. Where do you want to start with this? When we started with standard form, do you want to change it to y equals mx plus b?
Yeah, that would.
Okay. How do we do that?
Move the x away from y.
Move the x away from y. So we're going to minus the 6x. And then what are we going to do?
Divide by 9.
We're divide everything by 9. Okay. So when we do that, we get, I'm going to write it up here. Y equals what? What do you know about -6 over 9? -2/3 x. What about -27 over 9? -3. So what does that tell us?
Slope is -2/3.
Okay, the slope is -2/3. Are we going to go up or down? Down. What else do we know?
Is -3.
Okay, the y-intercept is -3. How are we going to find that 0? 6 divided by -27. Yes, so we can do that cover-up piece, right? We're going to cover up our y. Now, this is a fraction. What does it simplify to?
1.
3 goes into both of those. -9 over 2. Okay. Will 1, -4 be on the line? Well, let's plug it in. 6 times 1 plus 9 times -4 is that -27. So this is false. So is this on the line? No. Can we graph it?
No.
We can't graph this? Do we have a y-intercept?
Oh, wait, yeah, there's one.
Oh, no, not the point. No, can we just, with this information, can we graph it?
Yes.
Okay, where are we starting?
Negative 3.
And then
No, down to.
we can go down to and
Right 3.
right 3. Okay, so remember we talked about that negative can be in the top or the bottom. So I can go down and right, or I can go up and
Left.
left. So if you're trying to make sure your x-intercept is correct, you can definitely go up to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? And it is an ugly little decimal, so we can guesstimate it. But we can see it that it is about -4.5. Where are we going to start here? We have a slope and we have a point. And it's asking us the y-intercept, the x-intercept, or the 0. Write the equation in point-slope form and then write it in slope-intercept form. So where do you think we should start if we are given a slope and a point? Point-slope. Very nice. So what do you want to write? Y minus 6
Equals 3 over 1.
equals 3 or 3 over 1.
X minus.
X plus.
X plus 2 because we change our sign. So what does that tell us? Does that tell us anything yet, or do we need to change it?
Need to solve it.
We need to solve it. What do you want to do? We're going to distribute. I'm just going to write it over here. So I have y minus 6 equals 3x. What do I get when I distribute?
3x plus 6.
Plus 6. And then
We add 6.
we're going to add the 6. So now I have y equals 3x plus 12. So what does that tell us? Our y-intercept is
12.
12. Does it tell us our x-intercept yet? No. Can we maybe, do you want to try graphing it?
Yes.
Where are we going to start? Oh, no. There's not a 12. There's an 11. Could we go right above it? That's kind of mean. They didn't give us enough space. And then what about our slope? It says 3 over 1, right? Okay, but I don't have room to go up and right. What did we say we can do? We can go down. We can make them both negative. We can go down and left. That might be the better thing. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. I don't know if we're going to have space. Oh, there we go. What is it? -4. Would this be one that you might want to double check in Desmos?
Yeah.
How are we going to find the slope on this?
Y2.
Y2.
Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Or you can make a mini table. So plus 4 minus 8. So we get 4 over -8. Let me ask you, did we actually need to do that, or could we just graph our 2 coordinates and then count our slope? Is that another way we could do this? Yeah, we could come over here and we could say, okay, -8, 0, -0, -4, and we could count down 4 over 8. You could also see it that way. So our slope is -1/2. What do you want to answer next? You want to do point slope form? Do you want to do slope intercept form? What do you want to do? Point slope, what point do you want to use? Probably this x-intercept. What is that going to look like? Y, do we need to write -0? No. What was our slope? -1/2 x. And what happens to that 8? It becomes a plus because it was a negative. So then what is this in slope-intercept form? Do we already have a b value? Y equals what? -1/2 x minus 4. All right, and then the standard form is the one we did yesterday, right? So x and y on the same side. No fractions. So how do I move? I'm gonna use red here. How do I move this negative 1/2 over? If we add it, so I'm gonna write it over here. So I'm at 1/2 x plus y equals -4. But can we have a fraction? No. How do I get rid of a fraction? Multiply by the denominator. We'll practice that some more. So distribute 2x, actually not 2x. What's half of 2? 1x. And then 2 times the 1 is 2y. What's 2 times -4?
Negative 8.
-8.